Yeah, it ain't never been no track in Tyler. You know what I mean? Certain cities don't have no blade. They don't have no track. They don't have no stroll. But nowadays, it ain't got to be none. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tyler ain't like that. So a dude that's trying to get in the game, so you just gotta meet a chick, you know? You gotta get chose first. But then when you got the game, oh yeah, this is what I would think about. Hey, when you got the game though, yeah, I don't know, man. When you got the game, nah, this how it go. You can get chose and don't even have no game. And if a female really like you and choose you, she can give you the game because she want a pimp and she already got the game herself. And then you got some dudes that got the game, but they ain't got no chick. You know what I mean? I got the game, but I'm not on no pimping. I don't have no prostitute. I'm not trying to be in the game. You know, cause then if I really be thinking, cause I be feeling like if I be around enough prostitutes, I'm gonna get chose. And I know what to do. But that ain't what I want. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that. Like, if you got the game and you be around, now you might have to pay to be around them. But if you got the game and you be around prostitutes, you gonna mess around and get chose. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you have to get chose by a woman who want a pimp. But I'm not interested in the pimp game because I feel like I'm gonna tell you. Like, I feel like I got a good job, but it took me a long time to get the right job. I ain't gonna lie. So like, I feel like if I was pimping, then I'm gonna live a life. I'm not finna be working no job. I'm gonna be full-fledged, 10 toes in it, taking trips, all that. If I was pimping, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no job. You know, I'd be straight with the pimping. Cause I don't know. I mean, I heard one dude say he had a job and was pimping, but I mean, you can do that, but I don't, you know, if you're going to live that life, you might well go all the way with it, you know? And then a lot of dudes got chose before they ever even had the game. That's why some pimps say you born a pimp, because it was already in you. It was almost like destiny. It was almost like you was destined to take that route. And you might have got chose before you ever even had the game. Or you got the game and then you got chose. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, me personally, I ain't trying to pimp because I wouldn't want to be held down by my job if I was on some pimping. And then I remember Don Magic One, you know, he said that God called him out of the game. So if I know God and I've been saved and I've been filled with the Holy Ghost and all this, it'd be different if it was before all that. Cause then I don't want to be like I'm leaving God for this. And you know, that's dangerous. That's called selling out. When you leave God for something else, that's the most dangerous, crazy thing in the world. If you believe in God, you know what I mean? I don't give a dang what it is in the world. You know what I mean? Money, whatever. Like, if you had God and you gonna leave God for something else, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But it'd be different if I had the game or I got chose before I knew God the way you know what I'm saying? The way I knew God. If it happened before I knew God the way I know God, then it'd be different. But I wouldn't want to leave God and then go into that when I done seen God call somebody else out of that. Then why, after I already know God, would I walk into that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good sense. You know what I'm saying? But, cause, you know, that's not good sense. But if I did want to pimp and I was in a city like Tyler, I try to be around as many prostitutes as I can be around. And then if you can establish a connection that's a little more than just business, that's how you pop off right there. You know what I'm saying? That's how you pop your collar. That's how you turn out into some pimping. You know what I'm saying? If you Even if you ain't got the game, but especially if you got the game, the more prostitutes you around, the more of a chance you gonna get chose. Or you meet one of these women that's a halfway prostitute and you just flip her all the way out. Because the way you break the game down, be like, instead of this halfway stuff, you might well just dive in. You know what I mean? But a lot of women don't want the title. Like, what I came up with was halfway prostitutes. But what prostitutes call them is in the closet prostitutes, or in the closet hoes. That's what prostitutes call them. They feel like they hoes too, but they in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how prostitutes look at it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The ones that carry the title. You know what I mean? The ones that they can't hide it. You know what I mean? They feel like them other women, them halfway, is in the closet with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? So I had a lot of thoughts about that. Like, what would I do if I get chose? Like, I'm messing with these prostitutes. Like, what am I gonna do if I get chose? Like, cause I got the game. I don't be trying to spit none. I just be doing business. I don't be trying to spit none, but I just be doing business. You know what I mean? But I do got the game, and I was thinking, like, what if I get chose? You know what I'm saying? But nah, it didn't never come to that. But it can. But if I did want to be on some pimping and it ain't no track, I'd try to be around as many prostitutes as I can, and who knows? You know what I mean? Like I said, you mess around, establish a connection that's a little bit more than business. You know what I mean? But I gotta say this too. All the prostitutes that I met, they cool in them. Hey, they cool, man. You know. Yeah, and a prostitute, like, she gotta be tough cause of that line of work. She gotta be tough. Like, man, that stuff is dangerous. I was thinking about that this morning. Cause like, yeah. Heck yeah. Like, yeah. I sure know why. Cause check this out. Like, it's dangerous, bro. Like, you pulling up, it's just you and her. Like, I do square business, but everybody don't do square business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do square business. Some women won't even mess with black dudes. And it's a lot of black prostitutes that won't mess with black dudes because they just come with too much. Same thing, it's some black pimps that don't want no black prostitute because they come with too much. You know what I'm saying? The game is so deep, bro. Like, from the pimping to the prostitutes to the tricking, the game is deep, but I got a good handle on it just from what I seen and what I done in my experience. And it was a lot, man. It's very interesting. I think I'm gonna always have a special place. Well, I don't know about a special place, but I think I'm gonna always have a special place for, like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I over the years, I became a sexpert. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I became a sexpert. Anything that got to do with sex, like, you can bet I got some level of knowledge about it, if it ain't real in-depth knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I learned a lot, man. Anything about the sexpert. I'm a sexpert. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But a prostitute, she got to be tough. She got to be able to say what she need to say. She got to be able to do what she need to do. She got to be able to handle these dudes. And a lot of these dudes come with a lot of games. A lot of these dudes come with a lot of weird stuff. A lot of these dudes gonna try to take advantage of a female simply because he a man and she a female. You know what I mean? Like, it's very dangerous if you think about it. Because I think about when I got with prostitutes, like, it's just me and her. Now, I know one lady, she had a knife. She had that mug on the dresser, and I already knew what it's for. A trick acting up, you know what I mean? Or somebody trying to rape or rob or anything like that, man. It's really dangerous, man. I'm definitely gonna keep the ladies in my prayers. And I encourage ladies to pray for themselves. If you know you in a dangerous line of work, even if you sinning, you know it's sin, you know it's wrong, but I would still pray to God for mercy. just for protection, you know what I mean? All that. You know what I mean? But it's a few people, man. A pimp deal with a prostitute more like a human being than a square. Or it's even a trick. A pimp deal with a woman's soul, you know what I'm saying? Emotions and the mind and all that. Now some people say control, but I don't like control. A woman do it because she want to please you. Same thing when it comes to serving God, man. You don't serve God because he controlling you. You serve God because you want to please him. It ain't about being under control. Like, that's goofy. Like, God don't move like that. The Holy Ghost ain't finna make you do nothing. He'll lead you. He'll guide you. He'll nudge you. He'll convict you. He'll prick your heart. But God ain't finna just strong arm you, control you like a robot. That's not love, But anyway, but yeah, a pimp deal with a prostitute more like a human being than a square. A square who's a trick, he just want the body. A square who ain't a trick, he gonna look down on her. He gonna look down on her. Oh, she's a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? But a pimp deal with her more like a human than they do. But he know that's what she do for her work. So she got a certain quota and she got to get the money and bring it back as far as her job is concerned. But a pimp deal with a prostitute more like a human being than a square. Unless you just got a special, unless you got like a godly heart and you can love a person, beyond that's their line of work, but you can see past that and love the person for who they are. Like, unless you just got a special heart like that, you know what I'm saying? Them the only ones that really deal with them like a human being or people who don't know that's what they do. You know what I mean? But once a person find out that's what they do, the average person ain't going to deal with them like a human being no more. You know what I mean? And then I read this the other night, Matthew 21. You know what I'm saying? He said, the tax collectors, the publicans, that's another name for tax collector. They was basically looked at like race traders or traders against a nation. You working for the opposition, taxing us and taking more than what you supposed to take. You know what I'm saying? You a Jew like I'm a Jew, but you working for the Romans and you oppressing us, taking more money than what you supposed to be taking. So, but anyway, he said the tax collectors and the prostitutes, the publicans and the harlots say they gonna get into the kingdom of heaven before you other folks pretending like you so religious and that's real though. Matter of fact, speaking of real, people really don't want the real. You know what I mean? Like when somebody really get real, people can't handle it if it ain't the kind of real they want. You know what I'm saying? But something happened along the time of my life, man. I don't give a dang. I don't care what church folks think. I don't care. I really don't even care what the streets and the world think. Now, some of them street codes is in my heart, though. I ain't gonna lie. But as far as what a person think about me, man, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what somebody think about me, especially church folks. Cause they talk so much about who real and who not, but then when you get real, they can't handle it. like that movie, A Few Good Men. What he say? You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. People talk about they want somebody to get real. You can't even really get real in the church. You got to keep everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really. I ain't gonna say sugarcoat it, but you really can't get too deep into it's some real stuff out here. You know what I'm saying? You really can't get too deep in it because it'll be considered inappropriate. But I ain't knocking the church for that. I'm just because some things it ain't for your pastor to give you the game. Some things you gotta get the game from somebody else. You know what I mean? You can't go too deep into a lot of stuff in church. It's some real world stuff that if you got too deep into it in church, it would be inappropriate. You know, that's why God got all these gorillas guerrilla prophets and guerrilla prophetesses and, you know what I mean, people who finna get to the nitty gritty of some stuff that you really can't even talk about like that in church. Stuff that people done experienced and been through that you really can't go deep into it in church. You have to kind of cover it up in church, or you kind of have to, I ain't gonna say sugarcoat it, but you gotta almost talk in code. Like you can't go into no details. You know, just like some people get to telling their testimony, like you gotta you can't go deep into everything. It's just not appropriate in church. You did. Plus, it might not even be the right audience. You did. But yeah. All that. Oh yeah. Ooh. Hey, I'm gonna tell you about tricking though, man. I'm gonna say something else, man. I learned some stuff though. Tricking will spoil you though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, cause if it wasn't for my faith in God and my relationship with God, that I feel like, you know, God gonna work my situation out, and also my fear of God. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna say my relationship with God, cause that's where my faith comes from. That's where my fear of God comes from. If it wasn't for my relationship with God, that's the reason I just don't want to just go full throttle in sin. You know what I'm saying? It's because of my relationship with God. But if it wasn't for my relationship with God, if I was where I was at right now in life, and I got the money and stuff like that, and I didn't have a relationship with God, like, I probably just mess with straight prostitutes. I probably wouldn't even mess with regular chicks no more. I just, hey, I swear, I'll just make it like a monthly bill. Like, I might spend $200 a month on prostitutes. Like, I probably wouldn't even mess with regular chicks. Because when it comes to tricking, like, there's no games. And now I'm gonna tell you too, like, check this out. Oh yeah, check this out. When I said I know I'm getting old, cause tricking makes sense. Now check this out. See, when you young, you feel like, oh man, he tricking, like he paying, like he must can't get none nowhere else, or he must can't get none no other kind of way. Like that, people who be like, I don't trick, people who be on that anti-tricking and all that, you know, they probably ain't got that much money. And then, but now, but also they probably feel like if you trick, then you must can't get it no other way. So you had to pay for it. But check this out. You know, most tricks is married and they got a bag and they married, but they finna mess with this prostitute and they not finna have to go through the drama that they might have to, you know, you might have family issues and all this stuff you got to work out. When you with your prostitute, you ain't got to worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's her job to comfort you. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a fantasy, but it's like an escape. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this what else I learned though. Like, I think it's like fast food. Like, it's not that you can't get none no other way. It's just that if you ain't got no female at that time, like, there's a process to meeting a square chick, right? You got to meet the broad, first of all. Y'all got to meet, right? Internet, or you meet her out somewhere, or you get introduced by a friend or whatever. Like, so you got to meet the woman first. Y'all got to have some kind of connection. And then from the time that you meet the chick, there's a process, watch this, from the time that you meet the chick to the time that you can have sex with the chick. It might be one night. It might be 3 days. It might be 2 weeks. It might be 2 months. But there's a process. You got to meet the chick. Then you got to go through the process. You got to go through the process from meeting the chick to having sex with the chick. You know what I mean? So, but when you trick, like, you ain't got to worry about none of that. Like, I'm finna meet this chick and you know, And we finna do that. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Like, do she like me? Is she interested? Hey, you ain't gotta worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's hilarious. Like, I'm telling you, like, if it weren't for my relationship with God, man, I just make sure my bag right, and I just make it like a monthly bill. And you switch chicks, man, come on, stop playing with me. But anyway, hey, God had to do something special for me, man. But I feel like it's in the works, you know. My faith has been renewed, you know what I'm saying? But check this out. Yeah, it ain't no games. But I will say the only games you gotta play is if you want some internet stuff, you gotta make sure them ads real. Cause see, you got people out there getting money off these bras, and it's not they bra. And what I mean is, you got people posting fake ads. Like check this out. It'll be the same chick, right? But she in Amarillo, she in Tyler, she in San Antonio, she in Texarkana, and she in Little Rock, all at the same time. If you let the internet tell it. If you believe everything that's on the internet, she in 5 cities at one time. And you try to get with that broad, and she gonna tell you to send a deposit. she gonna tell you to send a deposit, maybe a $25 deposit. Her services might be $100, but she might try to tell you to send a 25 and I'm saying her, but it's probably a dude behind the scenes that made a fake ad and posted that mug in different cities, and they gonna tell you to send a deposit for like $25 or $50, and that person ain't even real, or that person ain't nowhere near you. You know what I mean? People be getting money like that. Like, if you just a trick and you just so focused on, I'm trying to get this nut off, and you not thinking, you get goofy, then you'll get played. You know, the internet, people gonna always play games on the internet, bro. You know, but it's a lot of real ones, but it's a lot of fake ones. If you type of person gonna get the money up first. Now, you can get the money up first if you with the woman. If you with the woman, it's proper procedure to pay her first or put the money down somewhere on the table or something like that. That's proper protocol. You know what I'm saying? But all that deposit, now it's different if she coming to you. If she finna leave her location and come to you, then yeah, you should send her a deposit. She might need it for Uber. She might need it for gas. She need that deposit just to know you serious, because dudes might have a prostitute come out to this address and ain't nobody there. They just playing games. So yeah, it makes sense to send a deposit first if she finna come to you. That's what they call an out call. I said that in that I said that on my on that and all that good stuff, volume 2, the mixtape intro. I had the juvenile, the slow motion instrumental, and then I said something about, I said, and she do out calls. I said, you a square, not round at all. Hey, hold up though. I'm tripping. Hey, I'm tripping, man. And I ain't high or nothing, no sober, man. But check it out. But yeah, that makes sense, man. But some of y'all, man, I don't recommend doing no deposit first before you meet the chick unless she finna come to you. You know what I mean? But you know, people be falling for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? All that goes down, man. It all go down. Oh, yeah. This is what I was saying, though. When you tricking, like, as long as you make sure it's a real person, like, you ain't got to play no games. Like, if you got your money, whatever y'all done discussed, or, you know, the donations is for the time. You know what I mean? But whatever y'all gonna do within that time frame, y'all done made an agreement, then that's what it's gonna be. You know, she gonna, from my experience, she gonna do what she supposed to do. You know what I mean? If you do what you supposed to do, she gonna do what she supposed to do. That's from my experience. But I don't be doing no deposits and all that. And I'd rather go to them than have them come to me. I don't know why. I'm just like that. You know what I mean? What else? Oh, yeah. The issue is patience. Like I said, man, it ain't that if a dude trick, it ain't that you can't get none no other way, but you don't have to worry about the process. You don't have to worry about the process of meeting a chick and going through the process to where she gonna let you smash. You don't have to worry about that process. You just boom, 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 all in the moment. When you pull up, boom, it's finna go down. It ain't no long drawn out process. Is she interested? Is she not interested? Ain't none of that. You know what I mean? Or I gotta take her out on a few dates first. Like, ain't none of that. You finna get straight to the point. The issue is patience. Because when you trick, you can get it on demand. It's just like fast food. I don't feel like going to the grocery store and getting all these different ingredients. And then I don't feel like cooking and going through the process of preparing this food. I'm finna go pick up something and I'll be back in 30 minutes. You did? It's the same thing. Like video on demand. I don't want to wait till Monday night at 7 so I can see my favorite show. I'm finna pull it up right now on demand. You did? Like, it's like sex on demand. Like, even if you married, like, and I'm not promoting adultery or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying, your wife tripping. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you know what I'm saying, having to get back in. She mad at me. I don't feel like having to do whatever I got to do to get back in good with her, give her time to vent and not be mad no more. I'm finna. So, hey, I was like, dang, when I just started thinking about it, like, you don't have to play no game. You ain't got to worry about nobody hating on you. If you got your money, it's finna go down. You trying to get with a chick and somebody else trying to drop salt in the game, and you ain't got to worry about none of that. So like I said, tricking made a whole lot of sense. Like, you get it when you want it. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till she in the mood and she want to give it to you or none of that. So like I said, it make a whole lot of sense, bro. But I know that God's plan is marriage. You know what I mean? I know God's plan is marriage, and that's what I want. But you go through seasons where you might have no faith, you might have little faith or low faith, and then you got that unwavering, that strong faith. But sometimes I just be feeling like, man, that wife, like when I really went through this, I was like, yeah, you know, I feel like God will give me a wife, but ain't no telling how far out that is. Like Ezekiel chapter 12, you know, they was like, man, he prophesied about stuff this way in the future. And then he backdoored and said, well, hold up. Y'all keep saying that everything he prophesied about is way in the future. He said, I'm going to start bringing this stuff to pass. When he prophesied, it's going to happen. The effect of every vision. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 12, man. But yeah, sometimes you just get the feeling like, yeah, I know God gonna do what he gonna do, but you know what God got in his mind, it might be 10 years down the line or something. So then you kind of, when you get to thinking like that, you get a little bit loose. You know, you don't have that vision. He say where there's no vision, the people perish. But it's somewhere in Proverbs. But in one of the other translations, I think it said where there's no vision or where there's no revelation, the people cast off restraint. See, we're talking about the restraining ministry of the Holy Ghost. The people cast off restraint where there's no vision, where there's no revelation, where there's no fresh word from the Lord. In the time of Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 3, it said there was no open vision. So God had to raise up Samuel as a prophet. He did. But yeah, man, when you can't see it or it's so far off, not saying you don't believe God, you can't see it, but you feel like it might be way in the distance, so you can't see it, it can kind of encourage you to cast off restraint. You know what I mean? But I know the plan of God is for me to settle down with a nice lady, You know what I mean? Got a foundation in Christ, financially stable, all that there. But I went through something, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, if it weren't for my relationship with God, I mess around and just make sure I got my bag tight and just do my thing with prostitutes until I just meet the one. But hey, but nah, I can't do it like that. You know what I mean? I know God let me play. Oh yeah, let's do it.